Okay, in this video we're looking at perpendicular lines. If you haven't had a look at the video on parallel lines or on horizontal and vertical lines, please have a look at those. I'll link them in the comments below. So for perpendicular lines, we know that the gradients multiply to give -1, which means that the new gradient is going to be -1 divided by the old gradient. And then we're going to solve for C. So if we've got a line that's perpendicular, so that means at right angles, to y equals -2x plus 5, and it passes through 4, 5, we can work out the equation of that line. So to start with, we need the gradient of the original line, and that's -2. So that's my m1 is -2. So I know that to get my m2, I need to do -1 divided by that. So I'll write my m2 is -1 over, I'll write my m1 there just so you know if you're looking back at it where I've got that number from. So I've got -1 over -2, and that's going to give me a half. Now that I've got my gradient, I can use my y equals mx plus c and the coordinate that I know to solve for c. So I've got my half, and I've got my y value here is 5, so I can write that there. My x value is 4 plus c. Now a half times 4 is 2, so 5 is equal to 2 plus something. So I know that c is equal to 3. Now that I've got my m2, I've got my c, I can write my y equals mx plus c, and I can put those values in. So I've got a half x plus 3. So that rule also helps us to determine if two lines are parallel or perpendicular by looking at what the gradients are. And if their gradients multiply to give -1, they're perpendicular. And if they are the same gradient, then they are parallel lines. Hopefully that's helpful. Have a look at the comments below if you want to check out those other videos.